Hello everyone, this is Swiny, otherwise known as Adam from the Veilwalkers, and today I'm going to be going over TNT cannons in Minecraft for you. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Right here in front of me, you see a basic TNT cannon. We're going to go ahead and load this up and see how it does. Excuse me for the large pile of dirt. I was testing these beforehand just to make sure that everything worked. And here we go. Now you see, I did something wrong there. So let's see if we can figure out what I did wrong. Just grab some of the basic crafting materials for a TNT cannon. Throw some of this dirt in this hole. And try again. So I like to put a half slab down at the bottom. It gives a place for your actual shot to fall into so that all the other gunpowder, I guess you would call it, will be able to shoot it, because if it bounces up to the side or whatever, it might not shoot straight, and that's not fun. So now I think last time I had this redstone going all the way here. This time I'm going to remove it. I think the problem was I placed the block here. Normally I do not. I like to just place your gunpowder right along your repeaters and leave a block of space. It avoids problems like we just saw. So let's try this again. And you see that flew off way into the air, which is where we're going to get into something I like to call the TNT cannon sight. So you see our basic TNT cannon here. I'm just going to add 3 blocks of obsidian over here and 1 block of obsidian above our torch. And now we'll see how that affects our shot. And if you notice, our shot went straight, stayed low to the ground, perfect for actually firing. So that's how that works. Now, we've just done the basic TNT cannon. Now let's move on to something a little more advanced. If you see this here, this is a double-barreled TNT cannon. Built about the same way. I forgot. Let's take that piece of redstone out right now. And let's see how this thing does by itself. If I remember correctly, it might be a little catastrophic, but we'll see how it goes. Now you see both of those also went way off into the air. So, once again, let's throw our cannon sight onto there and see how that affects it. And let's see. Whoop. Now with the double barreled, obviously your gunpowder is all right next to each other, so it's going to shoot a little bit further than the standard cannon, plus double the firepower is always nice. So that's how that one works. Now if you noticed, there's a big old monstrosity over here. This is my personal TNT cannon design that I developed after messing around with these. So if you notice, I already have the TNT cannon sights pre-built onto mine, and I have a extra long gunpowder slot for hopefully more launching power. And after we test this out, I will go ahead and do a tutorial on how to build this thing for you all. Now, if I forget how to build it, chances are I'll probably run back over to this thing and use it as a reference, but I think I should be able to build it for all of you. Nice and slow so you get the idea. So, let's give it a flip and watch how this thing takes off. Now you see, still got the same amount of firepower as the double-barreled, and we've got probably double the range. Now, I'll tell you right now, I'm experimenting with making the gunpowder barrels even longer. It does not work. This is about as long as you can get to make sure all your gunpowder still gets down there before you finish it up. So now, over here, we're going to go ahead and build ourselves, let's just call it the monstrosity. That works for me. So we're going to start out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blocks of obsidian. Now, you want to take that and run another 13 blocks parallel to it, just one block offset. And now, you see how I have this nice little gap over here so that they don't interfere with each other? You want to make sure you have that gap, so count 1, 2 blocks of space, and we'll throw another 2 lines of obsidian down right there. Now, if you see, we have the second layer over here. So you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks of obsidian. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll just go ahead and put those on our lines of obsidian over here. Now, you see, we got this nice little back in here, so we're just going to head and throw backs on these right now and get to this ridiculousness. You want to take a line from the back corner and run it all the way across. And then do another line, 1 step in on each side, and there you go. Now, you see this is elevated. We're going to want to go inside and 1 block over from your lip, you want to place 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of obsidian and do the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now at this point, we want to take this block that's sitting right here and delete those, and then place a block of obsidian over top of that spot. Those are going to be our water spouts for the upper half of the TNT cannon. So we're just going to go ahead and, oops, I don't think I got that in the right spot. Throw some water up in there, but as you see, it reaches all the way, but it's not exactly ideal. So we're just going to place these in there as stoppers for a second. And I like to put another layer of water down at the bottom. Just gives us a more uniform look, and I trust it a little bit more. So now you see we're starting to shape up over here. So this little section in the middle is not necessary, but I like to throw it in just as a stylistic choice. So let's go ahead and throw that in there right now. Just ties the whole cannon together, you know what I mean? Now, time for the actual firing portion of this thing. So we'll place our last blocks of obsidian for now, and we will get to the redstone. So you want to place your redstone torches on the blocks. If you actually place it down here on this platform, it will immediately set off your shots, and that's no good. So we're going to throw those there, and for now let's just toss some repeaters down here. Don't throw them in your water channel, that will not help you whatsoever. And we'll throw more repeaters up here. Make sure you leave a space on the bottom though, because if you don't, you will not have a good time. Oops, and I placed repeaters where I shouldn't have. That's my bad. Don't worry about it. But if you see, alright, these will be the power that turns off these down here. Now, you notice if you put a repeater here, it doesn't power the lower story, which is a major problem. So we're just going to pop pieces of redstone here, and we have it powered all the way to the end. Now, before you go any further, because if you're like me, you'll forget if you don't do it now, set all your repeaters on your top level to 1, 2, 3 ticks. And now on your bottom level, you want to set your first 2 repeaters on each side to 3 ticks. Set your third repeater to 2 ticks. And your fourth repeaters on each side also to 2 ticks, and leave the last ones alone. You just, no delay there, should fire great. Now we're going to go ahead and throw in our redstone for lighting all our gunpowder, so just run that along the side right there and over here. Make yourself a nice firing line, and you want to connect it up here so that when we light those off, it will also turn off our torches down here. And now you can decide where you want to place your lever. I'm right-handed, so I like to throw it on the right side, but it will work just as well on the left side, which for demonstration purposes, let's go ahead and throw it on the left side this time. And now your TNT cannon is ready to fire. But as we know, we like some accuracy, so let's go ahead and build our sights on each side. Remember, 1, 2, 3 blocks in an L shape, and 1 block above each torch. And now we have a second monstrosity ready to fire. So now let's go ahead and load this up one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks up top. Remember, only load next to your repeaters, because if you load right here in this spot, it's going to be lit up by that right there, and it's not going to be pretty. I'll tell you that right now. And 5 blocks of TNT, aka the gunpowder for this cannon, down at the bottom. And then place your shots, and let's give your monstrosity a fire. And it looks like we may have killed a poor sheep out here. Yep, got some brown wool and some mutton off of that. So, if you see, sometimes your range varies a little bit. We got a shot in the middle and one shot that went very, very far. So, that's been a basic TNT cannon review lesson from yours truly. I hope you guys build this. If you do, go ahead and take a picture of it, send it to me on Twitter at Swiny1262, or make a video about it and send it as a video reply to this video. We would love to see your guys' work. So, have a great day, enjoy building TNT cannons to mess with your friends, and bye-bye!